Today we'll look at how to get real estate leads this year. Let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Question of the day: how are you generating real estate leads? Let me know in the comment section down below. There are many ways to generate real estate leads. You can do door knocking, cold calling, direct mail marketing, networking events, hosting open houses, buying leads from Zillow, Trulia, and Realtor.com, and on and on and on. Now, every single one of those strategies have their pros and cons. However, I don't want to focus on those today. I want to focus on a mixture of what's working this year. So we'll look at 3 lead generation strategies to implement this year, go into the pros and cons of each, and then do a brief commercial on how to actually implement them. Let's start off on the organic side, which is more on the free side. And with this strategy, it involves posting on Facebook Marketplace and Facebook groups. On the pro side, posting in these groups is inexpensive. You don't have to pay anything. It's free posting. Second, they're quick to implement. You just secure a listing and you're off and running. Third, there's an instant reach. You're able to access thousands of people instantly. You never had to create the Facebook group. You certainly didn't have to create Facebook Marketplace, so you have access to all of these people through somebody else's effort. Now, one of the cons is that it's time intensive. You do have to post with regularity and also nurture a ton of real estate leads that are coming your way, but everyone starts off at a different starting point. Some people are going to delay in your responses, some people are going to be more engaged than others, and some people are just not going to be as responsive at all. So you do have to continue nurturing these leads. Which leads us right into the second con. They are less quality leads. There are a ton of window shoppers out there that will never enter the shop to purchase, aka a ton of tire kickers, so you do have to take that into consideration. The third con are the policy changes that Facebook implements with regularity. So whatever you're doing today may not fly tomorrow. All right, so let's look at how to implement this strategy. We're here in Facebook Marketplace, and as you can see, there's a lot of other items up for sale. So there's a lot of things going on here. You would go to sell something, you would go to homes for sale, and then you would put who it's listed by. You can list it as yourself or you can list it as a business page. I suggest that you list it as yourself as it lends more trust from people. They're going to be more willing to reach out to you. You're going to add a few pictures. I suggest no more than 5. In this particular case, you want to spark curiosity and you don't want to give the entire farm away. You want to give them enough so they see if this is a home that they're interested in. So the rest of the items you would fill out. You don't have to put the exact property address here. Something close is going to do good, and then you want to fill as many advanced details as possible because these filters that you're going to see on the left hand side, those are becoming more complex and people are starting to fill those out with more regularity. So if you don't put that the house has a certain amount of square feet, then it's not going to get filtered out correctly, or your home is not going to show up whenever they're filtering out. And if they filter out based off of air conditioning style or laundry type, and yours doesn't make the list, then you're losing your reach. Then you would just go to next, and on the next screen, which we won't go through it today, but on the next screen, you're going to be asked to either just publish it on Facebook Marketplace or distribute it to other Facebook groups. I highly encourage you to join as many Facebook groups as you can in moderation. You can only join at tops 5 per day, these Facebook groups, before Facebook sees you as a spammer. So limit yourself to less than 5 groups per day, joining those, and then when you start posting these listings here, what you're going to do is distribute it to those other Facebook groups. That way you don't have to redo all of your work. This makes it super simple. So by you going to Facebook Marketplace and placing your posting here, your listing here, then it's going to be distributed directly to Facebook Marketplace, but you can also distribute it to other Facebook groups. So join as many as you can, again in moderation, because you don't want to get banned, and you don't have to spend hours and hours on this strategy. You upload one and then upload another listing and then upload another listing, and you're going to start generating leads very quickly. One quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. Also, don't forget to check out my free courses linked down below. Now let's look at the paid side and focus in on intention-based marketing. So advertising on Google ads and YouTube ads. One of the pros is that you have instant access to ready, willing, and able clients out there, because based off of what they're searching, that tells you a lot of their intentions. Now, the second benefit is that you're able to make decisions based off of data. You have the search volume readily available to you in the state, the city, and the area that you're marketing, so you have historical trends that you're able to market from. And on top of that, you're able to track your results. You're able to create conversions to see which of the ads are actually converting for you. And historically, you have higher quality leads because remember, this is intention-based marketing. There's a reason that they're searching for whatever they're searching for on Google and on YouTube, because they're looking to solve a problem. Now, one of the cons is that it's easy to burn through your budget. Yes, Google ads and YouTube ads can get away from you if you don't know what you're doing. So start off with the smaller budget, figure things out, and start scaling from there, because again, it's easy to rack up the credit card expenses whenever you're advertising on these platforms. Second con is that these platforms are more complex. So they're a little harder to get started with, adjust to, and really get a hold of what is actually being done on those Google ads and YouTube ads. So if you're gonna advertise on your own, there is a higher startup cost, not only from the time, but the money that it's gonna require you to hone in on some meaningful results. And the third con is that it's typically harder to convert, because you either need a high quality website or a high quality video in order to encourage somebody to give you their contact information. So from your website, you need to be precise and persuasive in order to encourage somebody to give you their contact information. Same thing with your video. You need to have a strong call to action that motivates people to reach out. Here we are in the Google Ads campaign. We're gonna go fast. I'm gonna go ahead and give you that warning, but trust that there are gonna be videos linked down below that you can check out that go into step by step on how to launch these campaigns. Every single strategy that you've seen here has its own video that you can watch and gives you the entire breakdown. So right now what I want to do is go through a walkthrough as quickly but as efficiently as possible to give you an understanding of what the opportunity looks like. So here we are on Google Ads, which is the same platform that you would launch your YouTube ads from. We would select create a campaign without a goals guidance. The difference between a Google ad in the traditional sense that we've been talking about and a YouTube ad is here, this would be a Google ad. Well, the rest of these would be as well, but the search is what you're most commonly used to seeing when it comes to Google ads, and your YouTube ad is over here. So anytime it says video on Google ads, that's what it means. So you would just go, let's go with video. You would select the video type, and then go with the subtype, which we're going to go with custom video campaign. So you see all the other options that you have whenever you're advertising. You would name it, select a bidding strategy, whether you want to get charged per impression or per 1,000 impressions or cost per view. So you have a CPM versus CPV, which that's the difference. You would select your budget. If you want to do a campaign total, or if you want to do a daily budget, you can switch it right there. And when it comes to networks, you're able to advertise on the search bar. Whenever somebody searches on YouTube ads, there's two ads that show up right there. That's where you can select your ad, or you can go in the YouTube videos itself. Ads can appear on YouTube videos, channel pages, and the YouTube page. You can use in-stream and video discovery ads. So there's two main types of YouTube ads. There's the in-stream ads, which are more commercial. So think of a commercial. Whenever you're watching a video and then a brief commercial comes up, that's an in-stream ad. A discovery ad is something that you see around the video and around different parts of YouTube. So those are more like billboards. Think of them that way, where you choose if you want to partake in whatever that billboard is advertising. So if the thumbnail and the description is strong enough, then you're going to click on that and you've chosen to do business, rather than a commercial showing up regardless whether you ask for it or not. And then video display partners, that's outside of YouTube. There's millions of other websites that Google partners up with. So the ads, your ads would show up in those platforms as well. So that's what that means. select the languages, select the locations where you want to advertise on, and then the inventory type, you can select on what type of content your ads would show up. If you want as much exposure as possible, then you would go with expanded inventory. But if you're a bit more selective with your brand and where you want it to be represented, or in front of what type of content it can actually show up, then you would go to limited inventory. Excluded content's going away, so don't worry about that. Excluded types and labels, you would select the content types to exclude and select digital content labels to exclude. So you see right there the options that you have. When you go to additional settings, conversions are action-based items. So you give Google/YouTube what you want to measure, and then it will give you how many times your ads have converted into whatever you gave it to. So if you want leads or if you want product sales, then that's a conversion that you would select and create on YouTube. Or, well, coincidence, I use Google and YouTube interchangeably, so pardon me sometimes. All right, and then devices where you want the ads to show up, you can select based off of computers, mobile, tablet, and TV screens. Frequency capping, so you can limit how many times your ads actually show up and how many times they're actually viewed. The ad schedule, you get to select when you want your ads to show up. And then in the ad group, this is the targeting aspect. You get to decide where the people that can see your content and where they can see your content. Your ads. So when you have your people here, you're able to select based off of demographics, and then you're able to select based off of different audiences. So who they are, again, demographics, what their interests are, what their affinity and custom affinity, what they are actively researching or planning, and then how they have interacted with your business, along with combined audiences, which combines the audiences up here. You can also select based off of keywords, so whatever they're searching for, whatever keyword phrases are important, and topics, whatever is being discussed in a certain area, and placements where you want your, if you want to select specific video and specific channels and where to advertise, you can select right here those specific channels and videos. And then with bidding, how much you want to bid or you're willing to bid for cost per view. And then lastly, you would just copy your URL from your video into here and put your headline along with a few descriptions, and you would create a campaign. And that's how easy it is to get your YouTube ads going. Now, your Google ads works very, very similar to this, but there's a few other nuances that we won't get into this video. But again, I remind you that there are a lot of other videos that are going to be linked down below so you can see the step-by-step that way. Let's continue with paid advertising, but this time let's focus on disruptive marketing. In other words, using Facebook ads and Instagram ads. One of the pros is that they are inexpensive. Now, this is a relative term. Everyone has a different understanding of what inexpensive means, but in paid advertising world, the Facebook ads and Instagram ads are relatively inexpensive if you know what you're doing. I have several videos in this channel that show you how to get leads for $1, so I'll be sure to link them down below. The second pro is that these types of ads are scalable. You can scale your reach and impact much easier. There's only so much door knocking and cold calling that you can do, or you yourself can do, but with these ads, you're able to grow and scale much quicker. The second pro is that these ads are brand builders. Even if somebody never gives you their contact information the first day, the first week, the first month that they see your ads, if they continue seeing you show up, then you're indoctrinating them into your brand. Now for the cons, yes, they do require money, but at the end of the day, it's an investment. And yes, I understand that one of the pros that I highlighted in this category was that they were inexpensive. And they are. When it comes to paid advertising, they are still inexpensive, but at the end of the day, money is money and people have budgets. So yes, this does require some money, which I went ahead and put in the con side. Another con is that they take some time to learn. So if you're gonna do it yourself, then it takes some time for you to figure out how to run these ads and also how to make them work. So there's that aspect of spending time and money in order to figure it out. Now, a pro tip, if you hire somebody to do these ads for you, then make sure that they're running the ads on your ad accounts. They don't need to be running them on their ad accounts. Make sure that they're running the ads on your account. And the last con is that there are continual changes. Facebook continues to update its policies, continues to update its functionality, so whatever targeting mechanism was available today may not be there tomorrow. All right, so now let's look at how to deploy this strategy. We are here in our ads manager. We would select that we're running a housing ad. We're going to select traffic for the purposes of this walkthrough. You would go to continue, and on the left hand side you're deciding the objective, what you're hoping to accomplish with your particular campaign, and then you see the ad set. The ad set is your targeting, who you want to see your ad. And then on the final stage, you're going to see the actual ad creation. So the ad, whenever you create it, this is what's going to be on the front facing side, what your potential clients are going to see. So we're here on the targeting side, which is one of the most important things that you can do when it comes to creating your ad, because you may have the most important ad out there, but if you can't target it appropriately or put it in front of people that are likely to act, then you're going to spend a lot of money and a lot of frustration. So you would just go through. We wouldn't worry about that all that much. If you have a custom audience, you highlight it right here. If you have a special ad audience, you would highlight it here, but we're not going to do that for this purpose. We're going to go with people living in this location. You would select the city that you want to target. The minimum radius is 15 miles. So from 15 miles outward. If you want to limit your potential reach, as you can see there, so let's just go to Dallas. I'm going to go through very quickly on this. There are many other videos in this channel that walk you step by step. In fact, I'll link up the video that is generating leads for $1, on some $2, a few and $5. So there's a lot of videos here that I show you on a case study basis on the actual cost per lead that the ad copy that I show you again on the screen is generating. So be sure to check those out when I link them down below. And if you want to, as you can see, there's a lot of potential reach right there. If you want to drill down a little bit more, you would add certain interests here. So you would add interests like Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, and other interests right here that will help with your targeting. Then you would look at your placements. Your placements are where your ad is going to show up. So when you go to edit placements, you're going to see all the other places that your ad can show up. It can show up. We're going to scroll down, and then you would select your budget right there. I'll move myself so we can continue. Again, we're going through a walkthrough so you see what the opportunities are. There are every single strategy that's shared in this video. There are multiple other videos in this channel that show you step by step by step. Right now, I just want to make this tangible for you so you see what it actually can look like. Then at the ad set level, at the ad level, this is where you create the actual ad that you're going to show in front of people. And you can select your own Facebook page, or you can select another page that you may have. You would select, if it's a carousel ad, you have multiple images and multiple ads, as you can see multiple videos, as you can see right there. You can select a single image or video and then a collection so you see what it looks like right there. An instant experience is more for mobile, but you can certainly highlight that right there if you want to use that. It's pretty neat, so I do encourage that you split test with it. You would select your images or videos. You can create a slideshow from various images that you compile together, and same thing with creating a video. You can compile all these images and make what looks to be a video. You would put your advertising right there, the ad copy that you're going to use, the headline, and then a brief description below the headline. When ultimately you would go to the website URL that you're sending the traffic to. This is a traffic campaign. We selected it up here, and on that website URL you would either use a landing page or your traditional website, wherever you're driving the traffic to, that's going to have the information that you're promising. You would flip on your Facebook pixel, and then you would just press confirm, which is right down here, and you've launched your ad. Well, this is how to generate real estate leads this year. If you found value in this video, please be sure to subscribe so we can talk again soon.